and then sweep across. You're going to have to open up your... Next one we're going to work on, guys, is going to be the sweep. So sweeping is basically, I'm going to show you guys how a sweep looks. Here. Okay, and then on the left side. Okay, so now the key breakdown on the sweep is what I'm doing is I'm coming down and I'm actually sweeping somebody's leg. I'd be hitting them in the calf or the side of the leg, right about there. Be a really strong strike. I'm trying to sweep their legs out, okay, or do some damage down low. So to get maximum force on this strike, I'm going to face this way just so you guys get a better look. I'm going to bring that bow up over my head and I'm going to swing so the tip goes behind me and down. And as what I do with my front foot is I just step out to the side so that I can sweep it across, okay? So from the front angle, we're going to be here. I'm going to bring that bow up, sweep it across. If you'll notice, my front foot is just moving to the side and it's off at a different angle. And that's allowing me to open up my hips, okay, when I do that strike. So it doesn't matter which way. The tip is always the striking side, okay? So it's above your head, okay? We don't want to do our sweep like this because you're not going to get any power behind it, okay? So you want it up nice and high and then sweep across. You're going to have to open up your hips for that to have a real nice sweep. So we don't want our foot retreating when we do that sweep because we've lost all of our distance when we do it that way, okay? So we're going to start these off nice and slow, okay? Follow along. If you need a little bit more tutorial, just go back and watch the breakdown again, okay? So we're going to do a few facing the front and a few facing the back. And 1, 2. Notice I'm really focusing on moving that front foot. 3, 4, 5. Good. Let's face the other way, okay? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's switch sides. We're going to go left side now. Keep in mind, we really want to focus on keeping that foot in front of us. And 1. That left side might feel awkward for some of us. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job. We're going to face the other way. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Sweep is a really nice one, guys, that leads into lots of interesting spinning techniques. Once we get into reverse sweeps, it just builds into so many things. It's really critical that you have a nice sweep incorporated in because it is part of bow kata too. And when you start retreating on those sweeps, it really does affect your footwork. So that's something you want to pay attention to. The next thing we're going to work on, downward thrusts, okay? So now when I'm doing a downward thrust, I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. So I'm going to be in a fighting stance, right dominant. I'm going to bring that bow up and I'm going to come down. As I'm coming down, shift my hips. The bow is coming down and striking somebody in the knee area. If you had it low enough, maybe you could get their foot. The primary striking point would be the knee though, okay? So a quick breakdown on this one. Full speed. Okay, from the back. If you guys notice, I'm really shifting my hips. Now the way that I like to teach this one is I'm going to get into my fighting stance. I'm going to bring the bow up, and as the bow comes down, I'm going to twist my hips so my hips are pointed the opposite way of the bow, okay? So I come up like this and down, up, down, up, down. So they're always moving opposite, okay? So I'm going to be here. My hips are with the bow, but as they go, my hips turn, okay? Now the reason we want to do that is because it generates speed and power, okay? So we're going to do a few of these facing the front, and I'm going to switch around to give you guys a different angle, okay? I want us to start on this one in a fighting stance, okay? So we're going to be here. We're just going to bring that bow up and down. So the striking point is going to be like on a 45-degree angle, okay? And when my hips are pointed away, they should be on the opposite 45-degree angle, okay? So maybe pick two corners in your room, and the bow should be in line with one corner, and my hips should be in line with the other, okay? Or thereabouts. Together with me, we're going to do this one fairly slow. And 1, 2, make sure you get that bow up nice and high to generate power. 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to face the other way. And 1, 2, 3. So keep in mind, guys, my hips are pointed in one corner, the bow is pointed in the other, okay? It's really helpful when you can use land markers like that. Let's do one more. Good, and we're going to switch. Okay, so now we're going to be starting in our left dominant. So the bow is going to come up. 1. The left dominant might feel a little awkward. Just keep powering through it, guys. If you have to hit pause and practice a few times, that's okay. Just keep in mind, the bow is pointed in one corner, my hips are in the other, okay? And 3, 4, and 5. Facing the other way. And 1. And 1. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alternatively, guys, if you're really having troubles with that technique, you can start in a neutral position. Take the bow up, bring your knee up, and go like this. Twist. So all you're doing is stepping back and twisting, okay? So I'd be facing this way, bring the bow up, twist. Okay, bring the bow up, twist. Down thrust looks really simple, but sometimes it gives people some trouble just because of the mechanics of moving your body in a certain way. Hope you guys enjoyed our technique section. Time for size, guys. So we're going to just warm up with our size. We're going to get into our horse riding stance. Before we get too far into it, guys, I want you to check out my new size. So these bad boys are real chrome or coated chrome. They probably weigh 1.5 pounds each probably. They're really heavy. They feel really awesome. I really like them. Okay, so we're going to get in a horse riding stance, and we're just going to warm up by hand switching or grip switching. Okay, bringing those size in. Let's do like 10 reps of those. Okay, just making sure we feel comfortable with the sai. If you're comfortable with that one, we're going to switch into a primary and secondary grip switches. Okay, these ones also, guys, I find they have really nice weight. They spin quite nicely, but it is a killer forearm workout. Okay, so we can also practice the top flips and the wrist rolling. Okay, today's primary focus though is going to be on blocks with punches. Okay, so is what we're going to do for warming up. We're going to get into a horse riding stance. We're going to get our right hand out, and all we're going to be doing is going back and forth. This is going to help develop strength in our upper body. Now we want to make sure that we're twisting our wrists, and as always, we want to train with safety. We do not want the sai coming back in and poking us, impaling us when the sai is coming back, okay? So keep in mind safety is the most important thing when we're drilling this. Okay, everyone ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Okay, now is what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to just work on combinations moving forward, okay? So we're going to move forward and backwards, and the way we're going to start this one is in a punch. We're going to grip switch, block, okay? High stab, low block. Step forward, punch, back into a cat stance, low block, high stab in a forward stance, low block. Step, punch, back into my cat stance, low block, high stab, low block. Punch, block, stab, block. Punch, block, stab, block. Going back the other way. Punch, block, stab, block. Punch, block, stab, block. Punch, block, stab, block. Different angle for you guys. I'm going to be going across the room. This is an excellent drill to get acclimatized, used to handling the Sai, okay? So, with me, and really focus, guys, on having a nice, clean transition. And that block should have lots and lots of power. We're going to go back this way one more time, guys, and we're going to finish out with a fun challenge, okay? Punch. And resting. If you guys are looking for a killer forearm workout, get a couple of really heavyweight Sais. They do a great job. Let's grab a water and then we're going to finish out with a fun challenge. Okay guys, to finish out class, you're going to need your phone. We're going to be setting a 30-second timer, okay? Now you can use me as your timer, or you can go grab your own phone, hit pause and come back. The name of the game is we're going to be seeing how many butterflies we can do in 30 seconds. Now if you're not on to butterflies yet, you're going to be doing flourishes. So the way that we're going to count them is we've done this in class before. We're going to get in horse riding stance every time the bow makes one full revolution. So that would be, for me, every time my left hand is palm open and touches it, I'm going to count that as 1, okay? If I'm flourishing, every time it passes one side of my body, I count that as 1 because that's a full revolution, okay? So the goal is to see if we can be getting in close to 1 per second would be ideal. I'm going to use my rattan bow for this one to see how I do. I do like my graphite one too, and whoever's using graphite, that's cool. So we're going to have high scores, so you guys have to make sure you message me what your high score is. I'm going to have a leaderboard that we're going to be posting, and there's going to, of course, be a mystery prize for whoever the winner is at the end of our segment of online classes. Okay, so I'm going to set my Mario timer for 35 seconds. Okay, getting ready. Horse riding stance, and 30 seconds, go. $30. 1 per second. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Let me know what your guys' high score was. Let's cool down, guys. Shoulders. Hope you guys had a great workout. This was a pretty curriculum-heavy class, but you know what? There's a lot of content to be consumed with that bow kata too. Keep in mind, guys, that if you are working on other kata, we do have the student curriculum guide, and it does have a video curriculum in there of every single kata. And some of the kata have, they all have actually, some breakdowns on the foot techniques, okay? Or on the movements, sorry. Hip rotations, Good workout today, guys. Good job. We're just going to go back and forth. Bow is such a great upper body workout, I find. It can be as hard as you want it to be, and I find that for, like I train in Taekwondo too, it's just they complement each other so well. Okay, we're just going to do stretch out those hips. Good work today. So our classes, guys, are going to be weekly. I'm going to try and have them up for 6 o'clock on Wednesdays, just so that we have a structured time. It really does help when you guys set up structured training time. It really is the best way for when you're distance training. So just keep that in mind, guys. It's really good when you can do that. I hope you guys had a great class. Attention. Bow.